If you're like us and you've struggled with your weight your entire life, you might be wondering if the carnivore diet is right for you. We have been carnivore for almost 1 month, and we are on a journey to take back our health and end the cycle of obesity in our families.
We both grew up in families that had very poor eating habits.
I remember a time when McDonald's had a sale for hamburgers for about 10 cents a piece, and I just really remember my mom loaded both me and my brother up in the car, and we went to McDonald's and we bought about 30 of these hamburgers. We came home, threw them in the freezer, and then those were our snacks for the week. So we just really grew up on processed food and fast food. It was just the normal thing for us.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid and I was with my grandparents, they would take me through the drive-thru of Wendy's or McDonald's. They'll say, "What do you want?" And I'll say the messiest hamburger they have. I was like, 6, and I want an orange soda. And I grew up in the South, so we love our sweet tea and our processed food and our fried food and all that just junk. Yeah, fried chicken, but even like just junk in general, So it's just something that we both grew up in, and we're trying to break that cycle.
Yeah, and for me, it was also modeled to use food to kind of deal with your emotions. I remember as a kid, I could always tell if my mom was having a bad day because she would put some fried cheese curds on a plate and throw them in the microwave, and we'd be eating those together. So I'm not saying that the way we grew up is an excuse for our current bad eating habits, but they definitely have influenced the way that we are right now.
Because of the poor eating habits that we learned growing up, we have serious health issues on both sides of our families. My dad had his first heart attack at 38 years old, and he's had 2 since then.
Yeah, and my grandpa had a heart attack when he was only 28 years old.
That's really young. Also, type 2 diabetes in my family, as well as hypertension, high blood pressure, stroke, dementia, cancer, you name it, it's there.
Yeah, and my family also has serious health issues. Almost everyone in my family has diabetes. All the women have hypothyroidism, heart disease, high blood pressure, and I've been really lucky that I haven't quite yet had those issues. The only real issue I'm having right now is I have an autoimmune inflammatory disease called hidradenitis suppurativa, and I've had that since I was 18 years old. But another issue that I've struggled health-wise with my weight is that when I was pregnant with our first son, Wyatt, I ended up developing preeclampsia. And with preeclampsia, your body attacks your placenta, and that starts to cause uncontrolled high blood pressure, and it becomes unsafe for the mom and unsafe for the baby. And my condition was so severe that I ended up having to deliver Wyatt early. He was 2 months and 1 week early. When he was born, he only weighed 2 pounds, 14 ounces, and he spent a total of 28 days in the NICU. And so we would love to grow our family. We want to have another kid, but I don't want to have the risk of another high risk pregnancy. And so one of the reasons we really need to lose weight is so that we can start our family.
As we grow our family, we want to, as we're raising our kids, we want to be the generation that breaks that cycle of obesity and poor health. And to do this, we need to develop healthy habits now so we can raise our kids with a healthy relationship with food instead of a poor relationship like we grew up with.
Yeah, and we have tried other diets and we have tried to lose weight, but none of them have worked until we started carnivore.
So the carnivore diet has helped us start the journey to fix our relationship with food. We've completely eliminated all processed food, sugar, carbs, and we've never felt better. It's very restrictive. So we're restricted to only really one thing, meat. And because of that, it's hard to feel emotional about things because we used to be emotional eaters really bad.
Yeah.
And it's just helped us to view food as fuel instead of as comfort. And because this diet is easier for us and it helps us feel more satiated, it's also helping us lower our risk for diabetes and heart disease and lower our inflammation, like with your autoimmune disease.
Yep, and I was actually reading this article from a girl from the All Things Carnivore, and it explained that the carnivore diet plan can help with diabetes management and prevention because it addresses the root cause of diabetes, which stems from too much glucose from food coming in, which can then cause your insulin resistance.
So going back to inflammation, I suffer from joint pain, back pain, knee pain, ankle pain. Yeah, life pain. No, but, and I know, I mean, I've done a lot of research, and there, obviously, you know, if you look at Dr. Anthony Chaffee, he did that video of plants are trying to kill you, and talked about all the toxins that are in plants that cause inflammation, like lectins and all that kind of stuff. It's helping me already, even though it's only been, 4 weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see an improvement in my back pain and inflammation all around. I'm not breaking out as much. I've suffered with acne since I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I haven't had one breakout since we started this diet. My skin's clearing up. I've had terrible skin. And speaking of skin, you can talk about yours.
So my hidradenitis suppurativa, it is an autoinflammatory disease. So it stems from too much inflammation in your body. So the more inflammation I have, the worse it gets. And so I really noticed after being on the carnivore diet for about 4 weeks, my flare-ups, and I call them spots if you're familiar with this disease, they've become way less around my body, so it's much more comfortable. So much so that I was just trying to do a Google search on if there was any research documenting hidradenitis suppurativa and the carnivore diet, and I actually did find one study from the National Institute of Health. There was a 33-year-old woman who had the same condition, and she went on the same type of zero carbohydrate, all meat ketogenic diet, and she completely resolved her HS after 43 days. And so I'm really hopeful if I can stick to this carnivore diet that I'm going to see remission in my symptoms too, because this disease is caused from inflammation, and the carnivore diet really helps to reduce that.
Finally, the carnivore diet is also helping us lose weight and have more energy. So far I've lost 18 pounds.
And I've lost 23 pounds, and we've only been doing this for 1 month.
Not even a month, almost a month. We're almost there.
And I can't tell you how easy it has been. On previous diets, I have always felt really hungry. I've had intense cravings, but because this diet is so high in protein, those things are just gone. I just eat my food and I feel full of energy. And so not only have we experienced greater weight loss than we have with all other diets, but the energy has just been amazing. And I was actually listening to the Joe Rogan podcast this week. Who is that guy he had on?
It's Andrew Huberman.
Andrew Huberman. And he said something on that podcast kind of related to this that just completely resonated with me. When you're on a carnivore or a low carb diet, your adrenaline actually increases, and then this causes you to be more alert, and when you're more alert, you move more, and when you move more, you burn more energy, and when you burn more energy, you lose weight. And so that is exactly how I feel. I feel like I have so much more energy that I can't sit down anymore. I have to be constantly moving. I used to feel like I had to take a nap in the middle of the day, but now I'm just going until it's time to go to sleep. And so I just want you to know that, because it has been amazing. So if you're feeling lethargic, if you are tired of being obese, if you want to fix your diabetes, your inflammation, your high blood pressure, if you have horrible history like ours, then the carnivore diet might be for you. So if you're wondering what you can eat on the carnivore diet, make sure to check out this video where we do a grocery haul and share our meal plans for the week.
And don't forget, right now, go ahead and smash that like button, because that really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Also, if you're not subscribed, why not? Why aren't you subscribed? Hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.